I guess the FIA's goal is to figure out this ratio thing before the first race in Australia.
Yeah.
That bodes well for the rest of the competitors. Obviously, now if they have Red Bull's vote, the other competitors outnumber Mercedes. But what does that do to Mercedes if they have to change anything? Does that hurt them this late into the preseason? Is evil Red Bull back? What is up, Formula One fans? Welcome back to Around the Circuit, Apollo Media's Formula One podcast. As always, in case you forgot, my name is Junior, and I'm joined by my boys here, Mark and Ivan. Hey, we're in our second season of this. It's 2026.
Yep.
New channel, new YouTube channel.
Yep.
We're still Apollo. We're still Around the Circuit, but we got our own channel now. A lot more content's going to be coming out that. The cars are launched. The liveries have been revealed. The race suits have been revealed. We know our driver lineups. We had some preseason testing already. Super secret, top confidential testing that went on in Barcelona.
Yes.
We got a feel for what these cars are going to sound like. We got to feel, obviously, what the cars are going to look like. The 2026 season is pretty much here.
Yeah.
The official preseason testing starts this week. We get Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Turn on next week, same days. It's going to be, I think the first week is only the last hour is broadcasted, and then second week it'll be all live. We'll be able to keep up with live timing, kind of get a feel for what kind of time these cars are going to put up, which teams are looking strong. Obviously, there's going to be team sandbagging, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Have the debut of Apple.
The debut with Apple.
Yes.
If you haven't already linked your Apple account to your Apple TV account to your F1 TV account, do that because we've already done it, and I've already started playing around with F1 TV because I did not pay for it last year, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yes.
Now I get it for free. Essentially, I have to pay for my Apple TV subscription, but yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot coming into this new season.
Yes.
We're in our second season of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep. Boys,
can't believe it.
How are we feeling?
This is crazy.
How are we
this
feeling?
Second season going into this. It feels like yesterday we came in for our first episode.
Yeah, man.
It's just crazy. I'm super excited, man. Last night Super Bowl wasn't an interesting one, but who cares? You know, F1's back. Baseball's about to be back. Hey, vibes are high right now.
Vibes are high. Football, you had your fun. It's F1 season now, baby.
Yeah.
I know. It feels like yesterday we just started the dang show. Everything has been leading up to a pretty spectacular season. Yep. Vibes are high to start the year, besides the first day of testing, but we're going to talk about that probably. Everything's been going good. I'm excited for the new year, and we got some cars to look at now, so we got a lot to break down, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta. I think we'll start off with. We mentioned the early season testing already. Barcelona happened. It was all kept under wraps. They didn't want any media there. They didn't want any fans there. Obviously, fans found a way. People were sneaking in using meta glasses. People were renting helicopters. People were climbing hills and doing everything they could to get a look at these cars, get a sound, listen to these cars, see what they could. I mean, it's a whole new regulation set. We talked about it a lot last season. We didn't know what to expect. I didn't expect how small they are to be as noticeable as it is.
Yeah.
They look slimmer. They look sleeker. They look faster, man. Like they look like race cars again. I don't know. Like obviously like they're race cars, but they look, I'm a big fan of the new look. I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. The top four look like they're going to be the top four. Now, which order it's going to be, we don't know. Mercedes and its customers look like they're going to be strong. I mean, I was falling for the propaganda. I'm not going to lie. The videos I saw of Mercedes out on the track, it just sounded scary.
Yes.
I mean, I told you, I think I texted y'all after like the first couple of days. I was like, man, Kimi championship incoming? I'll never. Yeah. Kimi championship incoming. But yeah, I mean, what do we think about the early season testing?
It's interesting.
So far.
Like, it's interesting so far. I mean, we've talked about it throughout the later half of this past season about the upcoming new regulations.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I'm scared of Mercedes. If I'm being completely
not gonna
honest,
lie, man.
I'm scared. I'm
I told
scared.
you I was falling for the propaganda. They look strong.
I am as well. But like you mentioned earlier, I really didn't expect the change to be so noticeable.
Yeah.
The sound, the look, everything is so noticeable. And so I'm hoping that when we get out there and we're racing, it's noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
And we get more exciting racing, because I know that's what everybody has been wanting.
I think that's the whole goal of changing these regulations.
Yes.
Obviously to be a little more environment friendly, but obviously you want to try to get back to without breaching any safety features. You want to get back to the smaller car that allows for some of these narrow tracks that we race on to allow more overtaking, allow more fighting on the track. Because that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see anyways.
From the front end of these cars, to be honest, they look throwback. They look like 2014 to like 2017 cars, which I don't know if that's a thing with the flat floors or what's going on there, but in general, the cars look so much better. I wasn't expecting to see the size difference, but I've seen plenty of pictures of last year's car to next to this year's cars, and it's like, whoa, we dropped a little bit of pounds, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's funny because last year looking at it, all we were told was, okay, it's going to be this much narrower, it's going to be this much shorter, it's going to be this much lighter. And we were like, that's not really a big difference. Like it really didn't seem like it was going to be that big of a difference. And then we saw the first car take the track this year already, and we're like, wait a minute, right? We might be onto something. You know what I mean?
The engines sound amazing too, especially the Mercedes. Especially the Mercedes. Really, and then, I mean, I ain't been in front of a mic since our last episode, so I got to get this out the way. Formula One. You cannot advertise a shakedown with a countdown clock and not expect people to show up there and be hype about this mess, man.
They hyped it up. We got the shakedown, early season testing, and then, oh, by the way, you're not allowed to be here. Back up about 100.
Get out.
500 yards, you know? We talked about Mercedes and, falling for the propaganda. They look strong. Obviously, anyone who keeps up with the sport has already heard about the compression ratio trick. What is the ratio that they're supposed to be kept at? Is it 1 to 4?
It's like 6. Or you can't go over 16. I know I keep hearing that number, and Mercedes is like at an 18. Yeah, their compression ratio.
And so, but it's when what it come down to is when the FIA tests it, they test the engines cold. Yes. Yeah, Mercedes has figured out this compression ratio trick where when it gets hot, it expands.
Yeah.
There was rumors that Red Bull was doing the same thing with Ford, their new powertrain. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, Red Bull's not doing it after all. It's only Mercedes, which Mercedes provides engines to McLaren, Williams, and now Alpine. So that's 4 teams right there. So we're like, okay, well, if Red Bull's not doing it, because obviously the easy thing for a lot of fans who don't like Red Bull is, oh, Red Bull's cheating again. Comes out that they're not, and then we find out last week?
Yeah.
That
no, they tried.
They tried. They couldn't succeed. They didn't succeed, and they were like, "Oh, by the way," Laurent tells Fred, "By the way, here's a little secret you didn't know about." And now it's all the hype. And now I saw something as late as this afternoon coming from one of the big Dutch reporters that I follow that kind of keeps up with like Max and Red Bull and all that. He's a big, he's big into the F1 sport. He said that I guess the FIA's goal is to figure out this ratio thing before the first race in Australia.
Yeah.
That bodes well for the rest of the competitors. Obviously, now if they have Red Bull's vote, the other competitors outnumber Mercedes. But what does that do to Mercedes if they have to change anything? Does that hurt them this late into the preseason? Is evil Red Bull back? You know what I mean? Like, that's some old school Red Bull stuff that we've seen out of them. They're like, guess what? By the way, and so it's interesting to see what's going to happen even this early in the season.
Yeah.
To these engines, you know what I mean? Like, is Mercedes going to have to change something? And if so, how much does that hinder them at the beginning of the season? Obviously, they're going to figure it out as the season goes on. But how much does that hinder them at the beginning of the season, if any?
I mean, you never know. Yeah. Obviously, you never know. Who knows? Maybe Mercedes has been planning this, and they're like, okay, what y'all don't know is we got a backup waiting just in case. And for all we know, it could be the other way and be like, oh, we're screwed if this gets like banned.
Yeah.
So, we don't know. I mean, obviously we'll see what will happen in the coming weeks and obviously during testing. But yeah, this could change a lot during the beginning of the season.
For sure.
There were like 3 main takeaways I had from that. First thing was, if you're new to F1, welcome to F1. Everybody tries to do this mess every single year.
Yeah.
It's always something.
The number 2 thought I had was, Red Bull has been one of the most confusing rumor mills this whole entire offseason for me. Because first thing I hear is they have the trick. They've got to figure out. Them and Mercedes got it. Then it's like, nah, maybe they don't got it. Yeah. And now it's like, well, they tried it, but they couldn't get it. And I have yet to see in this regulations or in the past 2 regulations a team start building their own engines and it not be crap for the first couple races. And Red Bull's been walking around kind of mighty confident, which I'm confused by that too.
I am as a Red Bull and Max fan, I am also confused by this because they seem pretty, they seem like they're pretty confident in the engine and the shakedown that happened in Barcelona. They didn't look bad.
Yeah.
And they, you see some of the times that came out of those days, because obviously it comes out, they didn't look bad. They're still in the top 4. We don't know what, we don't know how much they sandbag, if any, what they did. They got a lot of data. And if there's one guy on the grid that's going to be able to take data and help make the team better, we've seen what happened last year. It's Max Verstappen. You know what I mean?
Yep. And then my third thought was, so Red Bull's just going to keep trying to make any engine that goes in an Alpine slower, right? So, that's just their goal is to, make sure my team's engine, no matter who makes it, has to suffer. I thought I was getting a souped-up engine that was going to get us to the front of the grid. Red Bull's like, nah, we've been here before with y'all.
We thought Williams was going to be doing that, and then they didn't even have a car for the shakedown. So
yeah, that was nuts.
That's coming from somebody who's also a Williams fan because of Carlos and Alex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you never know who's sandbagging right now, too. For all we know, Mercedes, it's scary if Mercedes, that was them sandbagging.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past Aston Martin to be sandbagging because Fernando was smiling way too much to be talking about, we'll wait for the upgrades to come mid-season and see how we are.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, something's going on there, too.
I will say, though, that when Honda did their reveal of the engine, the way they talked, and I told y'all, they seemed worried. They didn't seem confident.
They're nervous over there.
They're nervous. And
that's the team I keep hearing the most
which is
nervousness.
Crazy because we expected them to come back and be just, they got Honda, they got Adrian Newey. And I mean, obviously they still could. We're still not even at preseason testing officially yet.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see all these. I mean, it's so early in the season. We're 3 weeks out from or almost a full month out from the first race, and there's just so much circulating these new regulations. We knew it was going to happen.
It's been happening,
but it's interesting to see. I mean, we have 11 teams on the grid now. Ferrari has their engine that didn't look terrible. I mean, Lewis topped the shakedown in timing. Hopefully, he doesn't get too distracted with his new potential relationship. We won't say anything's confirmed, but hopefully he's locked in for number 8 and can compete because we would love to see Lewis compete again. But, I mean, Cadillac is using Ferrari's engine as well. So if they've got a good engine, we know Checo and Bottas are great drivers.
I hope so.
And that Cadillac looks sexy.
Oh, my God.
That Cadillac looks so good. America's team. Sorry, Haas. I love you.
Yeah, sorry. But
Ollie, you're still our GOAT, but, man.
So Haas ain't gonna do nothing about them to keep saying that, right? They've said that since last year.
I think Haas has tried to be we're the American team, but they know hey, Cadillac's coming, and there's nothing you can do.
And especially once GM starts providing that engine here in the next few years, that's America's team, man. Especially one of your drivers is Checo Perez.
Yes,
he's loved around here. You know what I mean? So all that to be said. We finally know what the cars look like. We finally know what their race suits look like. We know we've already started to see most of the drivers in their special helmets for the year. As a Max fan, I was a little disappointed he really didn't do any changes. He ran it back with the same helmet and was like, we got to take number 1 off and let's slap that number 3 on there and let's get ready to go. As late as today, we saw Checo's helmet. It looks great. I'm so excited to have Sergio Perez back on the grid. It's not even.
I'm so happy.
We have a lot of mint or lime green helmets out there. There's going to be a good amount.
So I'm actually surprised. Lando ran a gold helmet at the shakedown, And then it came out that his regular season helmet is going to be back to the monster green. And
Yeah.
I'm actually, obviously, y'all know how I feel about Lando and McLaren. He's a champ. He's a reigning champ now. He's a defending champ. He has the number 1, so they changed that.
Yeah.
But why not go with the gold? I thought that was a dope look.
Yeah, that would be good. But I feel like the monster green is such an iconic look.
Yeah.
And like when you see it, you think of Lando.
And it could easily be. I mean, it still had the same print. It was just gold.
Yeah.
But it could also be like a sponsorship thing. Like he has to stick with those colors. But he's rocking the number 1 now. We're fully in the LN1.
LN1. That just doesn't sound right.
Doesn't ring as well to me.
No.
But hey, Lando fans are happy. They get to rock it, and kudos to them. So I got to ask y'all, out of the 11 teams, we'll start off with their race suits because we've always seen all of them. Did y'all have any race suits that stuck out to y'all that looked the best that y'all, in y'all's opinion, might have? You're like when you see them on the grid, you're gonna be like, yeah, that's fucking nice.
I told you before we started, the Audi race suits, sexy. Yeah. I love them. And not only the race suits, but the gear that came out. I forget who they have a sponsorship with.
Adidas?
But Adidas, yeah. And the gear that they came out with, I absolutely love. I was like, hey, I might have to cop some of this. Like, I'm not the biggest Audi Bortoleto Hulkenberg fan, but might have to look into that because I absolutely love it.
Yeah, losing the Sauber green was kind of a hit. Like, it took a hit to the color scheme on the grid. Yeah. Because there's not a lot of bright colors out there now.
No. But even then, who really liked Kick?
I mean, as Hulkenberg fans?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
To me, Audis looked really good. And it's kind of me being a little bit biased, Cadillac's race suits. Cadillac's race suit.
Yeah, Cadillac's race suits are
the all black is just.
Yes.
It just looks good to me. A lot of teams didn't really change much of theirs. I don't know what it is about McLaren's. It looks more orange than papaya, and they look like prison suits. They just look ugly to me. That's not me being a hater. That's just they didn't really like.
No, yeah,
they missed, in my opinion.
I think for me, the 1 year over right there is probably the most underrated. The Williams race suits, even though it's a copy and paste, I don't know what it is. It's kind of weird. The fact that they got
white and blue,
and the fact that it could be the more sponsors on it for all I know. But that and the fact that they kept the name tag on the belt loop for them too. That was one of my underrated ones. I like the Haas race suits. Haas and Cadillac were like tied for my top 2 for me. I was a fan of the Alfa Romeo suits when Alfa Romeo was around and that car in general.
Yeah,
that's what I get from the Haas a little bit.
I can see it.
Except they just traded out the more red for the more black color. And then they're incorporating Toyota more and more and more into this team. So I'm
that
like,
TGR is huge now.
Yes, now they're incorporating it even more, and it's like, dang, I see more Toyota references than I do Haas references on this race suit.
TGR is in F1, and they're here to fucking stay.
And honestly, it's one of the sponsors where it's on the car and it actually looks good. Yeah, it looks really great.
Good. And for me, it's not going to be like in my top 3, but it still was good. And compared to other ones they've had, it was much improved with Ferraris.
Yes, I was
Ferrari got it better because they've been mucking up their race suits the past couple of years.
That Ferrari went with the brighter red. And I told y'all this when they revealed their race suits in their car. The brighter red is more Ferrari to me. When I think of Ferrari red, that's what I think of. That dark red they ran in the last couple of years leading up to this year, it was still red, but this brighter red with the white accent is just their race suits look much better.
Love the bright red, but I told it to my friend when they revealed the livery and everything. That 2022 Ferrari has a special place in my heart. Mm-hmm. It's the dark red. Look, it's right there. I absolutely love it, man.
Yeah.
There's just something about that 2022 Ferrari that I love. But yeah, this year's, I love the brighter red. Mm-hmm. I love the white. I know some people did. Obviously, people complain about the HP logo, which that's...
Unfortunately, that's something we can do.
Yeah, it's something that I'm just going to have to live with. But yeah, besides that, I loved it. Getting to see them run it out on track was amazing.
Yeah.
I remember it stopped on track and people were like, oh, it's worked out. No, that was planned.
Yeah. I think a lot of the teams, too, for the race suits, they did a copy and paste. Mercedes looks the same. Red Bull looks the same. Aston Martin looks the same.
Alpine was pretty much the same.
They changed it a little bit, but not too much. Like the big changes were obviously Kick moving over to Sauber. To Sauber moving over to Audi. Cadillac's here. and Ferrari changed theirs. Those were the big ones. Like I said, I don't know what McLaren did with theirs, but it doesn't look good. No. I think they would have been better off sticking with something similar to what they ran last year.
I think they're going through a similar thing like Ferrari went through, where
they're just changing the shade of
they're trying to figure out how to make it pure papaya, but it doesn't show up well. And this is another complaint I had for other cars on the grid too. Y'all got to stop doing these presentations in like dimly lit rooms where like we're going to have great night races this year because all these liveries look great and under very like underlit conditions.
Yeah.
But in the daytime out on track, these cars are completely different.
I think mentioning that, the funny one was Audi.
Yeah.
They were in the dark room and they had the crowd following and it was just dark, like dungeon looking. Yes. And then the music plays and then the car rolled out eventually. They had Nico come out with Gabby and it was just like this like it reminded me of like the club on what's that on Blade? The nightclub at the beginning of the movie. It was just like strobe lights in a dark room. You didn't know what was happening.
Yep.
Some of these reveals, the live streams for these reveals were funny. But
yes.
I think for me, top 3 race suits were the ones that changed. I mean, the new ones, obviously, Audi and Cadillac were up there. And Ferraris just looks really good to me.
Oh, I love it. The white, I
don't think there's much they can really do to. For me, as a Red Bull fan, it works. It works. You stick with the navy blue. You got your sponsors. The Ford's on there now, but past that, I mean, it's
looking at the picture of the McLaren race suits too. What is up with that like half a baby bib black that they have going on the?
I was gonna say whatever they did with their liveries. I mean, with their race suits, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of the change. I'm not a fan of it being darker than the car.
Yeah,
but
they have to be coming out with like some alternate later on with like a different pie.
Probably,
how those special liveries roll.
I almost want to see like if and Audi or Cadillac would come if they are doing an alternate this year. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. So obviously, talking about the race suits, we talked about the refills. We know what these cars look like, and my opinion, there's still a lot of blue, but I think this is it. We just all mentioned it, kind of agreement before we started recording. This is probably one of the better looking grids we've had.
It is most definitely, yes.
This is like, we got the white, we got the greens, we got the bright red bag, plenty of blue. Cadillac is doing their two-tone. Alpine adds the pink. You still got McLaren with the papaya, and then Audi is just 3 different colors?
Yeah, red, black, silver.
That was my biggest culprit of the dimly lit dungeon compared to out on track, because it didn't look bad in the daytime, but it looked almost papaya when it was during the presentation.
Well, even during the presentation, you could tell it was red and silver, but then they posted pictures of it like that same within the hour, and they looked orange.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey man, these photographers got to work on the light. This looks 2 different colors.
It was weird because every time I saw it, I was like, "That's red." I'm like, "Why is everybody talking about?" And then I looked at it closely, and I was like, "Oh, I can see how you think that's orange."
Yeah. The pictures they posted were just like in very bright lighting that made the red look red, because it's an odd red.
I think they were trying to not be like, okay, we can't have a Ferrari type red. We need to get our own red.
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to rank our now 11 teams 1 through 11 based on their liveries.
Well, I know who's last.
Do we want to start with 11 and work our way up?
We can do that.
Let's work our way up.
So for me, dead last, it's going to be McLaren.
I have a list. Hold on. Let me get my list out. Do you have McLaren last?
I have McLaren dead last only because it was a simple copy and paste. There's more papaya on the front of the car, but comparing them side by side, there just wasn't a whole lot of change. And I get it. Why change what works? Obviously, there's nobody on the grid that looks like them. It's them. You know what I mean? It's the papaya rules. I get it, but moving into a whole new set of regulations where you had the opportunity to change even something slight. They slapped the MasterCard sticker on it because that's now their name sponsor. And instead of Chrome, it's Gemini now because Google is transitioning to the whole AI thing. But there wasn't much change. And I think I have them last, but it could be easily
Any of those three that we
any
talked
of those.
about.
I would say at least the bottom two can be interchangeable. I have Aston Martin at 10. To me, same thing. It was pretty much a copy and paste. It looks like they went a shade lighter on the green. That was it. They added a little bit. They extended some of the yellow on there, and like, okay, we added some yellow. Have fun, guys. It was a copy and paste, just like McLaren, in my opinion. So I have those two at 10 and 11. You can interchange them.
I got, for me, dead last is Aston.
Aston.
Do you have the opportunity for a new era, new
Especially
regulations?
moving in with Honda.
Yeah, to me, I feel like they didn't incorporate the lime green or this yellow that they've been teasing for like a month and a half.
For so long.
Yeah, they've been teasing yellow for a while too. It's just, there was a lot of promise there. Some people said the same thing about Cadillac with a little bit more color, but no. Aston Martin got their
Aramco blue on the rear wing.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, there's just no other color to me.
You can't have that dark shade of green with a black at the bottom. You got to have something more pop, or put a white stripe in the middle to break a rate.
We saw some of those like edits where they were like looked yellow, like almost like that Lotus throwback. That would have been amazing, especially with how much yellow they were teasing.
Yeah,
just for us to pretty much get the same car. It was disappointing. Plus, I didn't watch the live stream, but I saw all the complaints. The live stream was kind of bad.
So bad.
So,
it was terrible.
I would, because they're interchangeable, I'll agree with y'all. We'll say we'll put Aston Martin dead last.
We'll put Aston Martin dead last.
And then for me, like I said, number 10 is McLaren. They're just, not that it looks bad. It just wasn't enough change for me to really enjoy it.
I still enjoy the basis, but yeah, with both Aston Martin and McLaren, you need to switch it up, especially going into this. And like you said, with Aston Martin, with Honda, initially, like I said, I had Alpine dead last because I really wanted them to do something different. And they changed like maybe one tiny detail in the very back, and that was it. Because I always loved the Alpine, I always loved the pink.
Yeah, it looks like, and for me, they were number 9.
Yeah,
like they were at the bottom in the bottom 3 for me.
Yeah, so I was.
They looks like they got rid of the pink. Like there's less pink and more blue. And I'm like,
they made the blue a little bit more darker for no reason too.
And I was just like,
more blue on the grid.
But this could be again.
And Red Bull
yes, the picture we're looking at right now is them in a dungeon. So I don't know how this thing will look like when it's finally out in the daylight.
I mean, we'll see this week.
We'll finally see this week what the shade of blue actually is.
Yeah,
I think for me I'm sorry, I mean, I know it's your team, but for me, they got to be in the bottom 3.
Oh, no, they were in the bottom 3 for me, too. Okay. I had them, just for my fandom's sake, right ahead of McLaren. Only because McLaren literally did a copy and paste, and at least they added pink to the halo at Alpine. That was the only thing that was kind of different that I noticed. I had that. I wanted, honestly, to put RB behind Alpine, but I said I can't do that. That's my fandom getting in the way. Yeah. But RB is the next team for me that I don't know if it's because it was first or because they had to follow the Red Bull presentation where they finally broke tradition.
Yeah.
But that RB to me it doesn't hit like previous years. Yeah.
I love the white. Don't get me wrong. And that white hits different. For me, it was them or Mercedes.
And honestly, it was the time last year when it was 75 and they unveiled it, and I loved it. I loved the change they made.
I think if I'm gonna grade, and it's only fair, if I'm gonna grade Aston Martin and McLaren so low because there was very little change, I have to be fair and say Racing Bulls is gonna be down there. I could agree with that.
Yeah, my original this is where I put them, because like last year when they came out, I loved it. So the fact that they didn't change it more was upsetting.
They did change the blue,
but not as upsetting as the top 3 for me.
I will say they changed the blue because obviously Red Bull's gone with the Ford blue now.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's the same scheme.
Yeah.
But also,
they're going to have to find a better shade of Ford blue. I've seen Ford trucks and Ford blue before, plenty down here in Texas. They're going to have to find a different shade of Ford blue for them to work with.
I will say for the Racing Bulls, yes, they're going to have to work with some. On that same note, though, I got to put Mercedes down there. Now, Mercedes is unique because I love the stripes. Well, you know what? I will keep Mercedes. Hold on. I think for me it's going to be Audi.
Audi. Okay, I can understand that.
Only because there's no blend. It's like they put a piece of tape.
I understand that.
Silver, and then boom, it's red. And it's like there's no you could have done so much, and instead it was just like a straight line. Boom. Okay, these were the two colors.
I understand that. I have them higher. I don't know if I'm just blinded because of the gear,
The
but
race suits are amazing.
yes,
they're top 3 for me.
Sexy.
The car itself is a little bit lower.
I don't know. I just the silver and the red when you know it's red and the black with the rings in the back. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Are amazing.
I absolutely love it.
I don't like how it's just like straight line.
Yeah.
Boom. Like the color difference is just so.
It was so hard to rank this one for me because it was like, man, this is the same as the teaser one you showed earlier.
And that's kind of where I'm at with. So these 3 in the middle, it's Audi, Mercedes, and Williams for me, because there was, at least for Mercedes and Williams, there was enough change to. It's still the same color scheme, but they changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're still just kind of.
Yeah. I had Williams in the spot for me.
I would have Audi first on that. Well, dead last in this case on that list.
7.
Yeah, Audi would be next on that list. Then Williams, and then Mercedes would be the top of those 3 for me.
See, I would swap Mercedes and Williams because I would have Mercedes below Williams, only because I like the blue and the white more than I like.
You know what? I forgot about the Barclays part. I'll switch them too. I'll switch them in that case.
Baby blue?
Yeah, that baby blue.
Yeah.
It really does help liven up a car or a grid with a lot of blue cars.
Uh-huh.
The Audi for me reminded me of like the orange box commercials I used to see when I was little.
Yeah.
So like I don't understand what the lighting they're going for on a lot of these cars. Now I will say the side pods that have the outline with the little red in it.
Yeah.
That could look pretty good on track depending on how much we see them. But yeah, I still have to have them pretty low because I've never seen a shape of a livery like that.
Yeah.
It looks so weird where it looks like you're trying to save the front of the car for more carbon fiber or something later on down the road.
Yeah, either that or maybe, and then obviously because they're a newer team, the lack of like sponsorship stickers on there too doesn't exactly help blend the colors like it could have.
Which is honestly shocking to me. It's a German car maker. We've had German champions in this sport.
And obviously, I feel like it's over the next couple of years, it's going to obviously grow. But
yeah.
So right now we have 11th, we have Aston Martin. 10th, we have McLaren. 9th, we have Alpine. 8th, what did we say?
8th,
Racing Bulls.
Yeah, Racing Bulls.
7th, we had
Audi.
So I guess 6 is Mercedes.
6th Mercedes, 5th Williams.
5th Williams, yeah.
Their new logo is weird. I will say
it is.
So sitting at 5 was Williams with their new logo.
Yes.
Or we had Racing Bulls.
No, Racing Bulls was much lower on
much lower. So
yeah, much
11
lower.
Aston Martin.
Yeah.
10 McLaren. Alpine 9. We had Racing Bulls at 8.
Yeah. Racing Bulls and then Audi.
Those
7, 2 were right next to
6. Okay,
yeah.
Got confused there for a second.
So now we're moving into the top 4 now.
Yeah, Williams' new logo, I don't know why they changed it. I wish they would have left it alone. It doesn't look bad, but it's odd.
I know they're trying to go for a new thing, new era, but like you said, I like the direction they had with last year's logo. I feel like they're trying to incorporate throwback last year, and now this year they're trying to like start a new era. But I liked last year's a lot better.
The top 4 is where it gets tricky from me.
It's
because my bias wants to keep Red Bull in the top 3.
Red Bull for me is in top 2.
It's
Red Bull for me is.
I would say Ferrari is probably
3.
4. Ferrari is probably 4 for me because
I can understand that.
Yes, they went with the brighter red, and I do love it, but the white throws it off. It doesn't look bad, but that much white just cut at the top just kind of throws it off for me.
The reason I love it so much is because it reminds me of the old Ferrari, like the Leaky Lauda Ferrari, which I love.
Yeah.
So I completely understand that.
It doesn't look bad. It's ranked 4 for me.
Yeah.
It's just, if I have to put it up against those other 3, I'm going to have it.
Yeah. For me, I have Haas 4th, then Ferrari in 3rd. So
I would put Haas at 3.
For me, since I'm the tiebreaker, I had Haas at 4th. Only because you got to pay the white car tax at the end of the day with me. If you have a white car, you're going to pay a little bit of a fine.
Here's my thing. With Haas, the reason I have them so high is because I thought when they first revealed it, I was like, it's a white car. It's got the red and black. But then those shots of it on track came out. Yeah. And the way the TGR hits, it just looks so good, man. Like, It looks really good on track.
It's crazy. If you would have told us oh yeah, Haas would be in our top 3, top 4, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. I could interchange them, and I'd be completely fine with that.
Yeah.
For me, I like what Ferrari. Honestly, I don't mind the Ferrari white. It's just the HP logo. Obviously, to me, it seems like they were
always going to be stick out like a sore thumb.
They were. It seems like to me they were trying as much as they can to say, where can we put this white to where we have enough of it where people notice it, but we really can't see it that much. So if you have a nose cam or overhead view of them, you're gonna mostly see the Ferrari red. That's a lot more popping red anyway. So that's the reason I put them ahead of Haas. Haas still has a great car.
And I think too, Haas, they went more metallic look.
Yeah.
And it, like I said, it's just on track. It's just good. Speaking of the metallic look, I think that's where I'm gonna put them is Red Bull at number 2. They finally went away from the matte color. It's the motherfucker shines. It's the lighter blue, the forward blue, as a lot of people are calling it. I have them at number 2, only because I've said it already. Cadillac is fucking sexy. Two-tone is number 1 for me. It's black and white. Yes, it's kind of they could have done more, maybe silver or some people wanted the yellow and the blue that they haven't wet.
Yeah.
But the black and white, the two-tone, the way it blends, if Audi would have blended their colors even something like that, they would have looked a lot better, in my opinion.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. I have Cadillac second. I love the Cadillac. I think it could have been better, but for what it is sexy. But that Red Bull, it was the first one to come out.
And they set the tone, man.
They set the tone so high. And the fact that other teams followed and didn't completely crumble and we thought, oh, it's terrible, just speaks to how good these cars look this year. But yeah, I have the Red Bull number 1. Okay. I mean, I absolutely love it.
I could interchange 1 and 2 for me, but
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 we could all just change.
3 and 4 would interchange for me, but I would definitely keep Haas probably at a hard 3 for me if I had to choose. 1 and 2 would be hard because they both look so good, and my bias would probably put Red Bull at 1 if I had to make the move.
For me, Red Bull is the main culprit of this lighting that I've had an issue with. Because when they went out to Barcelona and we saw some of the few pictures, that looked like the same exact Red Bull it's looked like the past 5, 6, 7 years. And then once it was in an actual room with lighting, I'm like, oh, that Red Bull's going to look good at a night race.
Yeah.
But it does not look the same at all. That Ford blue that they have going on just overtakes everything during the daytime. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason I have it at number 2. For me, I have Cadillac at number 1.
Yeah.
Because they did the thing McLaren has been terrified of. Just put chrome in your main livery for your main car.
Yeah.
Especially when you have chrome as a sponsor, McLaren. At some point, you should have just made that one of your main colors.
Yeah.
I like that they went with that. The two-tone hasn't been seen since, I can't remember if it was Benetton or whoever it was, but the two-tone has not been seen in a long time, since the 90s in F1.
Yeah.
Also,
the two-tone is just...
The black and white, I can understand people's qualms, but when you have black and chrome, that just hits differently, man.
And a little thing, the very back where it has the patterns of the Cadillac logo, I love. I wish it was a little bit more and you could see it more bigger. But I love
it. The logo in cursive,
yes,
it's just it feels classy.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's gotta be classy.
We talked about this before. TWG was probably going to be a name sponsor by the time it's done with as much as. I mean, it's huge on the side pod. It's huge on their race suits. They haven't come out and said it for sure. They just said they're a sponsor, but they look like a name sponsor with as much space as they take up, you know?
My only complaint with the Cadillac mainly would be the top picture we're looking at right now. If they would have made that wing all chrome like that, they would have had a winner for me. Because that top picture with the chrome wing on top looks good. And I mean, they've honestly... thinking about the future for them too, they probably set themselves up the next 2 years because, all right, we did a half and half year one.
Let's go all black.
Let's go all black 1 year and all white and chrome the next year. You've literally set up your next 3 years worth of liveries.
Yes.
You ain't even got to think about it. We've got our colors.
We'll get to see it on track this week because I did hear they are running their official livery.
Yeah, they run it at some shakedown, some photo day. Right? Yeah, photo day they had today.
They ran a filming day today, and then they're going to be at the Bahrain preseason testing later this week. So
everybody's
we'll get to see it on track.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody's waiting for that papaya smoke to clear from this morning's celebration.
Yeah.
So they can fly into Bahrain.
Yeah, The cars look good. The grids look good.
Yes.
I think it's safe to say that Cadillac and Red Bull won the best looking cars on the grid.
Yeah.
Hopefully Red Bull is the best performing car on the grid as well. I wouldn't be mad to see Cadillac up there either because
I hope they suffer for what they've done to my team all these past. Christian's gone, and I think I get rid of all these engine regulations BS, and it's like, nope.
Hey, man.
Laurent said, "No, you
out, man."
Laurent and Fred are good friends. You know what I mean?
I know.
You got Laurent and Fred and Charles and Max. You're not beating those two teams if they partner against you.
I forget. This is random thought too, but like, who was the snitch in the show Rhesus? Because that's who I think of.
Randall?
I think that's who I consider the Mercedes employee that Red Bull hired. They got a Randall on their team, and it's like, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing.
The little notepad.
Exactly. He's writing down everything they do over there.
Yeah, so, we've seen some of the shakedown stuff. We've seen the cars take the track. Obviously, they're smaller. They're sleeker. The grid looks great for all the liveries, minus those bottom three that really decided they just wanted to run it back. And I know for McLaren, it's, hey, we've won the constructors the last 2 years. Why change what's working? As somebody who gets superstitious when it comes to sports, I can understand it to a point, but come on, guys.
It's paint.
We're in a new regulation set. Let's look sexy for a change.
Same thing like we talked about too earlier. Like we were talking about F1. You can't advertise if you're not going to have anything out there you don't want people out there. If you're gonna go and be the last two liveries,
yeah, you made us wait till the week of preseason testing for what? The same cars?
Exactly. You cannot.
And
that should not be
shitty
allowed.
live stream before,
come on.
You should not. That should be a rule. Where are y'all gonna keep it the same?
You're reigning back-to-back constructors champs. Your number one driver is the drivers champ. Let's do something, man.
I know. You can't be doing that to us, man.
I expected more from McLaren just because. Why not get cocky with it? You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you're going to get in this regulation set. Let's enter it and look, you know what I mean? Change it up even a little bit.
Let's at least look sexy while we are shit. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I don't know. They might turn around and run it back and just laugh in our faces.
But you could look so much better while doing it.
They could have looked much better doing it. But I know my team, if at the very least, will look the best on the grid because...
And I'll have the best sounding engine, at least.
Yeah. For now.
Right.
We just got Oro over here.
So we got preseason testing coming up this week. We'll see what the first 3 days look like. And we'll probably be back, next week to talk about those 3 days before we get the last 3 days?
If not next week, we'll be back the week after.
We'll be back right after preseason testing
to
kind of recap that. And then... we'll be here all month getting ready to recap preseason testing, get ready to give our preseason predictions on what we're going to think. I think we have to wait until after testing to kind of get a feel for what these cars are going to do.
Gotta.
I don't want to come in and be like, oh, yes, Red Bull's going to win it all or McLaren's going to run it back. And then we see preseason testing at the bottom of the track.
He's still going to say that. Just don't. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Gonna.
Yeah.
And you already know.
If I buy into the propaganda, I might, but we'll see.
And you know who my driver champion is, but we're going to wait.
Max is going to set a purple.
You know who my driver champion is already.
Max is going to set a purple sector 1 and 3, and I'm going to get a message from Junior.
if anything of all these new regulations that they say the drivers are going to play a big part into it, and my favorite driver is the best driver on the grid, so hands up, don't shoot. I'm good. I'm just a messenger, but we'll see. I'm excited for preseason testing. We'll see what they do. We'll come back here, if not next week, the week after, to kind of recap all the testing and see what these cars look like on the track, putting up some times. I'm excited. F1's back, baby.
F1 is back.
F1 is pretty much here. The season is ready to roll. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we are on a brand new YouTube channel. We are strictly around the circuit now. Don't forget to subscribe to Apollo HOU as well, where we moved from. We're still part of Apollo. That's still our family.
Yep.
Support all them and all the other sports you follow. Hey, we got podcasts for pretty much everything. But make sure you follow and subscribe Around the Circuit on YouTube. Around the Circuit is our handle on all socials except for Twitter. It's Around the CCT. Twitter doesn't like long handles. Past that, we're Around the Circuit on everything else. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Follow us, subscribe, hit that like button. Follow our personals. I'm at Marchon Warrior.
MPCH Town.
At IL White 1.
Follow us on our personals. Let us know what you think about the liveries, who you thought was the best, who you thought was the worst, who has the best race suits. what you thought about some of the helmets we've seen, what you think about the season going into preseason testing. Let us know all of it. We're here to kick off this 2026 season. We're excited. The new regs are here. The new cars are here. It's going to be great. See y'all here in a week or two when we push out the recap for the preseason testing. And let's get the season started. I'm excited.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see y'all then. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.